Okay, well, what we are going to talk about is a couple of the new products. And on the phone, does anybody have samples? I know we gave the option of people having samples.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, one of the things that I really, if you don't have them tonight, I would say get a sample of our satin lip set from your consultant. Especially with winter and stuff, you might be dealing with dry, chapped lips at this point. Sometimes that happens all year round, but certainly at this time of the year where it's cold and windy and cold and snowy and cold. So I would say if you haven't ever tried our satin lips, get that sample from your consultant. It's great for guys and it's also great for girls too, or great for girls as well. So universal. So we have a sugar scrub that actually removes all the dead dry skin cells, and then we have a shea butter balm that goes on afterwards. The sugar scrub is designed for just a couple times a week to keep those dead dry skin cells from building up, and then the shea butter balm you can use as much or as little as you want. What I do find, it is designed to hydrate for 10 hours. And so what I do find is initially, a lot of times when people start using satin lips, their lips are dehydrated. So it takes a little while to kind of get that hydration content right in the lips. And then once you do, usually just a little bit in the morning and a little bit at night is all you need, because it works beautifully. It's not one of those products that are designed where you actually feel temporary hydration and then later feel like I have to reapply. It actually is quite the opposite. It hydrates the lips, so then you actually use less of the product. It's wonderful. So what we're going to actually talk about tonight are our two new lip colors. And these are new regular line shades. They are our Supreme Hydrating lip colors. And I'm going to show you. One is a very raspberry. And then one is, I think of pink. Think of pink. So Think of Pink is the one that I'm wearing. Now, what I love about lip colors is with whatever lip liner that you choose to wear, you can totally play with the color that you have. You can get all different kinds of shades out of one tube of lip color by playing with the lip liner that you pair with it. So what I have tonight is actually a nude lip liner that is with the Think of Pink. I already put that on. The reason why I didn't do it online is I have my lips. If anyone ever is like, oh my gosh, I want my lips to be more structured, I'm right there with you. I was born with a double cleft lip and palate, so I don't have the best structure to my lips. So I love, 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 love lip liners because they give me some of that structure. And so we'll have to, I think next month we're doing a little thing on that. So we'll definitely tune in when we get to talk about that. But lip liners are amazing. If you've ever wanted to have more structure to your lips, or if you have really full lips and maybe you want to have them look thinner, or if you have thin lips and you want them to look fuller, a lip liner is a great way to kind of provide some of that flexibility. So I have the nude lip liner and the Think Pink lip color. These are super hydrating. I would say feeling wise, like a heavy tinted lip balm. I think if I was to describe how it feels. So, and of course you can put on more layers to get more color, but actually it's very, very moisturizing. So if you like your lip colors to be moisturizing, especially at this time of the year, super fabulous. So these are two great colors. So Think Pink and very raspberry. Okay. The other products that we wanted to share, I'm going to get to talk about our bronzer stick duos and also a highlighter. Okay, so what I did is I tried not to wear cheek color or where I would highlight at all. So what we have is, and these are limited edition. So if you see anything that you're like, oh my gosh, I'd like to have that. And especially as we come into spring with some of these sun-kissed kind of products, definitely you're going to want to get them because they do sell out. We actually had, if anyone saw our pomegranate satin hand set recently, that actually sold out with the company. So our products that are limited edition, they're only a certain amount made. So if you see something, I would say definitely contact your consultant right away. So these are a cream bronzer duo stick. So this first one is actually called Honey and Luster, and this is best for maybe ivory and low beige skin tones. So I don't know, I'm going to put this up here. I don't know if you can see. Let me know, Hannah, if you can't see. Can you see how it's like a two-tone? So one side is lighter than the other side, okay? And one side is shiny or shimmery, and the other side is completely matte, no shimmer in it at all. So what is that for? The matte side is used as a contour. And if you got to be a part of, I think when Leah was talking a couple of weeks ago, when we were talking about our product launch, she kind of showed a little bit of that. So I'm going to show a little bit of that as well. So what the flat side is for a contour. So to give you an idea, and I'm doing this, maybe I'll do this here so I can see. So anything that you want to hide or detract. So for me, I have more of a rounded face. So ideally what I'd like to do is maybe have it be like, oh, okay, my face is kind of not shaved off, but kind of. So outside of that area, this back here, I would like to have it be pushed back, have it be less noticeable. So then what is more noticeable is the oval. So for me, I would take the matte side, not the shimmer, because shimmer will actually bring forward. Shimmer will actually highlight. So what I'm wanting to do is in this area to kind of slim my face a little bit is to actually kind of minimize this. So in order to do that, it has to be the matte side with no shimmer. Okay. So I'm going to do kind of, okay, do you see how I did stripes down my face? Can you see it there a little bit? We'll do it also up here too. Now you can blend with your finger if you like. I like taking a brush after you've kind of placed it and then you blend. So if you've ever like buffed a car or anything like that, that's what you're kind of doing here, is just going in small little circular motions. It blends it in. And then I also like to minimize my jawline, right? I'm envious of you if you don't. So what I did is I did the little dot, dot, dot. Now I'm going to blend along there too. So I don't know, can you see it all? Like, does this side look a little bit slimmer than this side over here? I think it does. Like, it looks a little bit more shaded right here. And so that visually pushes that back. Now, another place that I like to diminish, because I don't have cheekbones. I'm always so envious of ladies that have these amazing cheekbones. I don't have cheekbones. So what I like to do is, once again, on the matte side, because anything that you're wanting to hide has to be the non-shimmer. So on the matte side, I'm going to go right underneath my cheekbone and kind of do the dots again. Then I'm going to go back and blend it. So once again, what that does is visually pushes that back. Now, what I want to do is for the cheek, I now want to, this area I pushed back. So now the upper part of the cheek, I visually want to bring forward. So what side am I going to use? I'm now going to use the shimmer side, because the shine will bring forward. So I'm going to do a couple little dots on that. And just blend. And the neat thing about blending with a brush like this, you don't have to be like exact as far as where you're going. You can literally just like, okay, blend, blend, blend. I'm going to do a tiny bit more right there. Can you see any differences? Really cool about it is once you figure out what that is, like, okay, I want to shade this here and I'd like to shade that there, make this a little bit more prominent so it looks like I have a cheekbone. And it's so fast, but I do recommend definitely a brush. I mean, you can certainly do it with your hands if you like. You can also do it with a sponge. I like the brush factor, and I love our brushes because they do not hold on to the product. That's why I was able to do the matte side here and then go and do the shimmer side here. I could go back to the matte and it's not going to have remnants on the brush. It doesn't hold on to the product, which is really nice. So these are actually 18, they're limited edition. And so depending upon if you are more of an ivory and a low beige skin tone, or if you are a darker beige or a bronze skin tone, there's one that's just a little bit, a couple shades darker for you. Okay. Now we have a highlighter. So what do you do with a highlighter? So a highlighter, and what's kind of cool is it's called pearl and gold. So basically we have almost a silver on one side and a gold on the other. Can you see the difference there? I'm always thinking that you can see it, but you might not be able to see it. Okay, so one side is gold, one side is silver. So what's kind of cool is on the gold side, I'm actually going to go over the top of my cheekbone again, just to highlight a little bit more. I don't have cheeks, so every little bit helps. Now, where I'm also going to go with the gold is like on the bridge of my nose. So what visually that does, if you'd like to make your nose like appear a little bit thinner, highlighting the bridge of the nose and even going up into this area, visually elongates that area and actually slims the nose. Now, the other thing that you can do is on the matte side of, I'm going back to our little bronzer duo. Remember the matte side where I did that here? I'm going to do that on the side of my nose down here to make it slimmer. So I highlight up here, do the matte here and here. So it's kind of fun to play with a little bit. Now here on the silver side, you can do, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit on work with the eye area. So on the silver side or the pearl side, what I'm doing is I'm taking one of our eye brushes and I'm grabbing that silver color because I want to have a smaller placement area. And I'm doing it right up by the brow. And you can even do it with your finger if you want. And it just goes right into the brow is where I'm placing it at. Can you see a difference? So lightness lifts. Lightness brings forward. So if there's something that you're wanting to lift, like it's always complimentary to lift the eyes, right? So putting a light color right at the top, kind of patting it or blending it into the eyebrow actually visually lifts the eye. So I think I can even see a difference between my two eyes. And this eye is normally, I'm not exactly symmetrical. This eye is normally a little bit lower than my other eye. Another place you can also do it too is right out here at the corner and kind of attach it up into the brow as well. It kind of makes like a V. So then visually it draws more attention to your eye. And that's just pat, pat, pat. So once again, very fun products to play with. And we are just going into the springtime. So these are great all year round, but going into the spring, definitely, definitely. So that is also 18 as well. Once again, if there's anything that I shared that you're super excited about, check with your consultant on it, because several of them are limited edition and they're only while supplies last. So thank you for being a part of our night. We appreciate you very, very much. Everybody have a wonderful night. Bye.